This is one of those courtroom moments where everything is on the line and one wrong answer could change a life forever. A 20-year-old defendant, already carrying a felony on her record, now stands in front of a judge who's clearly not convinced. The defense is pushing for leniency, arguing mental health struggles and substance issues, but here's the twist. The judge is about to dig deeper. And what unfolds is a tense back and forth that raises serious questions about honesty, accountability, and second chances. Will she take responsibility, or will this spiral out of control? Stay locked in because this case takes a sharp turn very quickly.
Control is an appropriate sentence in this case. She does have issues with marijuana and multiple issues with mental health that we do feel a period of community control could go a long way towards addressing. Probation has offered a suggestion as to placing Ms. Ward in the Assurgent program in Beechwood, which does address both of those issues, and we would ask the court to consider that, Your Honor. Thank you.
I really don't have much to really say.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
I said I really don't got much to really say.
Why not?
Because I really don't know. I don't know what my, it's not.
I can't hear you.
I don't know what am I really supposed to say here. I'm not sure.
Well, you can say whatever you want to say because I'm about to sentence you. And if there's something you want to say on your own behalf that's going to help me figure out what to do with you, I'd say it. I mean, you've been in court before, right?
Yeah, but it really haven't went this far. Like I told you, my last court dates, I was accessory to a case, so it was more so of the judge and my attorney talking more than me.
Well, what did you tell the judge in that last case?
I didn't talk to her at all. She only asked me certain questions, and I told her that I was in school at a point in time because I was working, and then that's about it. That's all, and she just put it as time served. I really didn't talk as much. I don't know what am I supposed to say, but I do know I'm wrong for what I did. And
what did you do?
Right here, you can already feel the tension building. The judge is giving her a clear opportunity. This is her moment to speak, to show accountability, to maybe even gain some sympathy. But instead, there's hesitation, confusion, and a lack of direction. And in court, that matters more than people think. Judges often look for ownership and clarity, something that shows the defendant understands the seriousness of the situation. So let me ask you this. If you were in her position, would you stay quiet like this, or would you try to explain yourself fully? Because right now, this uncertainty might be doing more harm than good.
What'd you do?
I fled from the police when I could have stopped.
Why did you do that?
At the time where I had an altercation going on with my family at home, and that she had said she called the police on me, and they was saying that it was a warrant for my arrest and I wasn't ready to go to jail. Basically, parents try to scare a kid as in discipline, and I got too scared and wasn't ready to go to jail at the time.
So you got stopped, you stopped your car, looked in the side view mirror. Once the officer was approaching your car, you took off, right?
I didn't look in the mirror. I just seen the car, stopped the car, seen the lights and put off. I didn't look at nobody.
Yeah, that's what he said. When he was approaching, he could see you looking in the side view mirror.
Yeah, I didn't look at him at all.
Okay. And then you took off up and down side streets in Euclid at 60 miles an hour or more, right? Until they stopped chasing you?
I wouldn't say that fast.
I would, because that's what the police officer said. So I got to believe either him or you.
I wouldn't say that fast because I'm...
Well, how fast would you say in the 25 mile an hour zone with a bike going down the street at the time?
I don't know how to say that was false information because no bike was on the street at all. Nobody was on the street.
So there's two things now. There's three things. This is the third thing that you say didn't occur that the police officer said occurred.
There was nobody whatsoever on the street.
Okay, so that's three things. Now there's probably going to be a fourth as we go along in this conversation because you don't want to be honest with me. How long have you been smoking pot?
I've been smoking since I was 16.
Okay, and how often you smoking?
Every once, in a while, within, I'll probably say 2-3 times a week.
Okay. I doubt it, but, so there's been a warrant out for you for now about 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Did you know that?
How can it be a warrant out for me and I came and did my probation?
Because
for
you tested positive when you were here to do your report. Remember, you didn't show up for the report the first time, right? And then you showed up at your sentencing day because you said you didn't know that you were supposed to show up a second time, right?
I didn't.
You didn't, even though you were given a letter to show up the second time.
I was not given a letter at all.
You're making this very difficult.
I told the lady that did my report that I didn't get the letter either. I
What
would have
lady?
showed the letter.
What lady?
I think her name is Miss Kimberly, Miss Jackson.
We give everyone a letter.
Right.
So I'm not.
But she didn't talk to
She's
me.
talking. You be quiet while she's talking.
I'm not sure what happened at that time, but we always give letters
Right.
before the client leaves.
Okay. So the reason there's a warrant out for you is because when you did finally show up, you tested positive for marijuana.
I
That's
told her
why.
that I was.
What?
I told her that I was going to
Okay.
be positive.
So now what am I supposed to do with you?
I'm not sure, but I am asking for probation because truthfully in life that I'm really not a bad person. I don't really do anything but go home and go to work. I really don't know.
Go to
'Cause
work
as
where?
I'm talking to you and trying to
This is where things start to unravel. The judge is pointing out multiple inconsistencies between her story and the police report, and that's a huge deal. In the courtroom, credibility is everything. Once a judge feels like you're not being fully honest, it becomes incredibly difficult to regain that trust. Notice how the judge keeps stacking these contradictions, one by one. It's a strategic way of testing her reliability, and her responses, they're not helping her case. So here's the real question. Do you think she's being truthful but misunderstood? Or is the judge right to side with the officer's version of events?
explain to you, you're coming back to me saying I'm lying, and that's not true.
Okay. Go to work where?
I used to work at Amazon. Now I'm looking for another job. If it's not more so of me just sitting in the house, I am door dashing to keep myself out of.
You don't have a license.
I don't drive. I just drop the orders off. My mother drives.
You seem like you have kind of a shitty attitude here.
No, I just truthfully, no, I'm not being disrespectful or anything. I just don't like when I'm trying to explain to something that's going on, that's happening, and they come back and tell me that I'm lying when I'm actually telling you the truth.
Okay, I'm telling you that 3 things you told me about what happened that day are the opposite of what the police officer said.
And
I'm telling you that I have to believe either you or the police officer. And I'm telling you that I believe him. Okay? That's what I'm telling you.
What much can you make me to say to make you believe me when I'm telling you what I know and I was there?
Okay. And he was there too.
Also, I know, I understand that, but I'm also telling you, and I also said something to them when he gave me the opportunity to turn myself in. If that was the case of how he said it was, I would have went to jail right then and there. But he gave me the opportunity to turn myself in, and I asked him why did he say that himself, and he couldn't even give me a response on that.
Okay.
He was so worried about the next person in the car.
Okay. So here we are, and you want to be on probation. And what is it that you hope to accomplish on probation?
I mean, I do want to get me a job. I do want to get out of a household to get my life together the correct way. I also really do need to finish school.
Okay. What else you need to do?
Work on my attitude and my mental health issues.
And what else?
That's pretty much.
Stop smoking pot. You don't want to do that part of it?
I don't want to take medication.
Okay. But you want to smoke pot. What is pot then?
I mean, truthfully, smoking, it might seem like, oh, this just to do it, just to look fun and cool, but no, it actually calms. It's a calming thing. Like, it really keeps me mellow out a lot of stuff. Like, instead of me taking my meds,
What is your mental health diagnosis?
ODD.
ODD, does that
bipolar.
mean you don't want to listen to what the people in authority have to say?
No,
What does it mean?
I'm not sure. I never really looked much into it. I just listened to my doctor and took the pills that she gave me until I felt drowsy and started losing weight. And that's when I stopped.
When was that?
Around, I want to say, I started losing weight in 2022, 2021. And I stopped, I want to say, yeah, around, I'm not sure with the years. I have to really look back and think into paperwork.
When's the last time you were to the doctor for that?
So I had to be like 17, 16, around the time I started smoking.
Okay. And you're how old now?
20.
So has your mental health condition improved since you stopped going to the doctor and smoking pot?
Truthfully, since I've started smoking, I have been more so out of a lot of stuff more than I was before my meds and on them.
What does that mean? You've been out from a lot
Like,
of stuff.
I don't really get into it as a lot. Like, my attitude is not really as strong. Like, I can calm myself. As in now, I was able to hold my anger and explain myself more than me just being loud and clashing out and doing extra and how I used to be.
So smoking pot helps you.
Pretty much.
So how are you going to work on your mental health?
Counselor that I had in 2023 told me to say, which is like walk, go parks, like little stuff to just keep my mind off what stresses me out. There's not really much. I do have coloring books at home, like little stuff, stress balls, fidget spinners, like stuff to fidget because I have anxiety also. So a lot. I have a lot of stuff to like cop with. I really don't know. I just cry. Truthfully. I don't know. I cry.
What is the source of your mental health issues? Do you know?
No.
Do you think you should find out?
I try.
Okay. Well, but you haven't tried for a few years because you stopped going.
No. I still had counseling.
When?
My last counselor was in 2023.
23. Now we're in 26. So you stopped going. Why didn't you continue? You haven't figured out the answer as to
Because
why.
she told
Why
me
did you stop going?
She told me she felt then like I was mature enough to control my anger. She said she felt like she didn't need me. My mom asked me, do I need her? I said she feel like she don't need me. I'm not sure how the little stuff's supposed to work because my mom puts me in the programs.
Now this part is incredibly important because it shifts from just legal consequences to personal responsibility. She talks about wanting to change, getting a job, finishing school, improving her mental health, but at the same time, there's resistance. She doesn't want medication, yet admits she hasn't followed up with professional help in years. That contradiction is exactly what the judge is picking up on. Courts often offer probation as a second chance, but it comes with expectations. You have to actively work on the issues you're claiming. So think about this. Can someone truly change if they're not fully committed to the process?
What is it you want to accomplish in your life?
Being somebody and not looked at like a criminal because I'm not a criminal. I want to go to school. I want to do a job. I want to have a job. I want to do something in life. I'm into construction. I like building houses, picking up heavy stuff, forklifts. I don't know. I just like stuff like that.
Okay.
Basically engineering, if you could say that.
Well, if you don't want to be looked at as a criminal, then you shouldn't commit crimes.
I need to move my I need to move my area, the surroundings I'm in.
Okay.
And that's why
that may be entirely true.
I know. I have to change my surroundings.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state is not opposed to a community control sanction. It would ask that it be fashioned in such a way to give her benefit of help that she apparently needs, but we're unclear if she wants.
Well, that's a very good observation because she clearly needs it. The problem is she doesn't think she needs it, and I'm not the least convinced that she's going to follow through with it. If she doesn't follow through with it, then she will not accomplish what she told me she wants to accomplish, which is to complete school, get away from where she's living, and get a good job. So I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, listened to Ms. Ward, listened to counsel, considered all the provisions in 2911, and I'm going to place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 64 days in the Lake County Jail with credit for 4. You're going to enter into and complete the Assurgent program. The body language makes me think that you really want to do this whole probation thing. When a bed is available at Assurgent, then you'll go there, and the remainder of the days will be suspended. You're to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're to go to only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. You're to take your medication that you're prescribed only as prescribed. The appropriate time you're going to obtain and maintain full-time employment. And when eligible, you're going to get a valid driver's license. And you're going to pay the costs and supervision fees associated with this case. Ms. Randallson, any other terms that are applicable?
Your Honor, did you say how long the driver license suspension is for?
Not yet. Ms. Ward, do you understand all the terms?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Any question about the terms?
No.
If you fail to comply with the terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control. If I find you violated, you face 18 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes.
I'm going to suspend your driver's license for 3 years, effective May 29th of 25. Anything else, Ms. Mulligan?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Matthews?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All rise.
Anything you want to give your mom?
What were you supposed to do?
Hey,
You keep doing this every time you call the police on me. Everything you know I don't be doing, that's not me ready to go to jail. You do this every time to me. I don't be doing anything.
so I don't understand.
In the end, the judge chose a middle ground community control with strict conditions instead of immediate prison time. That means she's been given a real opportunity to turn her life around. But it comes with serious responsibilities: jail time, mandatory programs, drug restrictions, and long-term supervision. But what stands out most is what happened after the sentencing, the emotional outburst. That reaction might reveal deeper issues the court was already concerned about. This case is a powerful reminder that second chances are earned, not guaranteed. Attitude can make or break the outcome.